Well, I think this conversation is overdue. All right, so let's just have it. So in today's chat, I want to talk to you about single member new LLC business loan with no revenue. How do you get the massive loan amount you desire and need? Okay, so the picture is very simple. You have a new LLC, you're looking for a new business loan, but you have no revenue. Okay, so we're going to strategize and find the best way for you to actually get the loan, the massive loan you need and desire. Okay, don't you go anywhere. You're going to love today's conversation, I guarantee you. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of the Awesome Story Kiwi Show. How are you today? I hope you are doing fantastic. I'm doing marvelous, if you were to ask me. If you are doing as great as I am, go grab a cup of coffee or tea or vodka and let's roll. In today's conversation, I want to talk to you about single member new LLC business loan with no revenue. How do you get the massive loan amount you desire and deserve? Okay. So here are the steps. I want you to really think logically here. We're all about action, cause and effect, right? Logic. Here are the steps. First thing, your FICO score. Very important. If we have a single member LLC, legally, your business's affairs are sort of in sync with your personal affairs. So the lender is going to look at your personal FICO score to determine whether you qualify for the loan, for the business loan. Okay, very important. So son, daughter, what I want you to do right now, do you have a good credit score right now, a good FICO score? If you don't, I want you to reflexively and strategically start improving your credit score. For example, if you're thinking about getting a business loan for your single member LLC in 3 months or 6 months, I want you to start right now working on your credit. Very important. Okay, pay credit card balances strategically. Pay more than once a month. Okay. Trying to be you can try to ask for higher credit limits so that you can reduce your credit utilization ratio. Okay, think about your DTI, your debt to income ratio. Very important. If you don't have credit at all, try to become an authorized user on somebody else's credit card. Okay, everything you got to do, everything you have to do right now to start building your credit. Very important. Pay your bills on time. We talked about that, right? We don't play games with the bill payment. You got to have a spotless payment history. Very important. And I want you to check your credit score continually and regularly. Okay, and if you find anything that is funny, you want to dispute it. You want to dispute whatever derogatory items you find on that FICO score, on FICO's report rather. Very important. Do you have some collection accounts? I want you to start thinking about dealing with those collections accounts. Very important. And the thing is, if you have to use a secured credit card to build personal credit, do it. Whatever you have to do, boss, I want you to do it right now. And if let's say you pay rent and utility bills and you want to get credit for those, there are services that we have reviewed on this show that allow you to actually build credit through that. And you want to constantly diversify your credit mix. So the bottom line is what? Bottom line is I want you to build your personal FICO. Of course, we are speaking about a single member new LLC business loan, but your FICO score personally matters in this case. The second step I want you to do right now, you have to prepare something called projections, financial projections. Son, are you listening to me? I mean, I probably lost you or something. I mean, if you have no idea what I'm talking about, don't sweat it, okay? You can hire someone or you can drop us a comment, whatever. By the way, I just want to mention one thing. If you ever have any hurdle, any obstacle, please ask questions. Our team will answer you. We have, on average, more than 30 years of experience. So whatever you're going through, we have seen it before, we have done it before, okay? We'll answer you. And if you believe that your question is the more private, drop us an email. Very important. Okay. So I want you to prepare financial projections. The lender will want to see your financial projections. In other words, you have no revenue. Yes. Okay. That's fine. But you can project, you can estimate, let's say 3 months from now, 6 months from now, 1 year from now, this is how I think my business will do. Okay. So Financial projections are used for business planning. They are used for investors. They're used for loans and lines of credit. And they're also used for yourself. In other words, you can use your financial projections to know your business, okay? And there are a lot of steps to building a financial projection for your startup or small business, okay? And we don't have time today to go through this, but if you have questions, again, I will, no problem. Our team will answer you, okay? But generally, you want to start by thinking about sales revenue estimate, cost of sales or cost of goods sold, operating cost, capital expenditures, gross margin, sales increase, the whole 9 yards. I don't want to lose you right now, but what I'm trying to say here is that you got to have financial projection. You need to show something to the lender. You can't just ask the lender, hey, give me money, lend me money, loan me this, loan me that. I want 25 grand, I want 50 grand. Okay, so what do you have to show for? Let's be serious here, okay? This is why you want to have that. And there are a lot of benefits of using accounting and planning software for financial projections. If you can't do it yourself and you don't want to hire someone to do it for you, like a local CPA or an accountant, you can go on Fiverr, on sites such as Fiverr, Upwork, TopTal, or you can use accounting software such as Patriot, such as Expensify, such as QuickBooks, such as Xero, such as Wave, okay? The whole 9 yards. So very important. Money. Boss, I want you right now to prepare some financial projections for me. If you're looking for a single member, no LLC business loan with no revenue, you got to show something. And that something is in the financial projections. The third thing I want you to do for me is to legitimize your business. You hear what I said? Okay. So you probably have, the funny thing is people have new LLC business, they file paperwork with the state and they think they have everything. No. The thing here is that there are a lot more steps that are embedded in the whole process. So after you file paperwork with the state, you got to think about having a registered agent. As an LLC, you have to comply with some regulations at the state level and also at the federal level. Have you gotten your EIN? Talk to me about that. Grandpa, grandma, dad, mom, I'm talking to you. You have a single member LLC right now and you're just walking around thinking, I'm legit. You're not legit. I want you right now to get off get off the couch or whatever you're sitting now and making the determination to legitimize your business. Choose a proper business name. Choose a business address. Get a business phone number. I want you to really segregate your LLC, your business, from your personal affairs. Okay. I want you to register your business name. Get business licenses and permits that pertain to your particular industry, if applicable, of course. Okay. And the thing here, you want to get your EIN. I said this before. Your EIN is basically your tax ID number that you get from the IRS. Those are important things. Those are quintessential. Okay. Open a business bank account. If you're trying to get a single member new LLC business loan with no revenue, you got to have a business account. Okay. And if you are lucky, you can try to get a business credit card also. Okay. And think about your accounting systems. Think about your books. I want you to set up your books. Again, you don't have to do anything if you have no knack for accounting or financial reporting. No, you can outsource the whole thing. I spoke to you earlier about accounting software. I also spoke to you about hiring somebody locally or actually outsourcing the whole thing to folks on the internet. Okay, I mean on freelancer website. Get a DUNS number if you can. We talked about this on other shows. It's very important. Create a website. I want you to register your business with online services such as Google. Google My Business. This is really important. Okay, son. So those are important elements. I want you to really do that for me. So big decision time. Talk to me, son. Talk to me, daughter. Have you legitimized your business? Do you have a legit business? Talk to me about that. If not, I want you to get off your lazy ass. Get off your lazy ass and do it right now. I don't care. Please, don't you come to me with excuses. I want you to get your procrastinating lazy ass and trying to take the steps you need to legitimize your business. Very important. And you know why? It's because I love you. I want you to get the loan that you deserve. I want you to always win. I want you to be a winner. So I want you to get off your lazy procrastinating ass and do whatever it takes to make your business legit. The fourth thing I want to talk to you about is industry trends. If you're trying to get a single member, a new LLC business loan with no revenue, you have to explain something important, something paramount to the lender. Is your industry banking? Are people making money? Are your competitors making money? Or your industry is like taking a nosedive right now? That's what's up. That's really what's up. Because you're asking the lender to give you money with no revenue. Okay, so what is the evidence that you are going to generate that revenue in the future if you are in an industry that is lethargic? If you are in an industry that is sclerotic in terms of revenue? Let's answer that. Okay, that's important. I mean, this is why you are maybe right now you have been denied because you were not able to articulate clearly the importance of trends in your industry. If the trends are rosy, if trends are positive, if trends are very good in your industry, then I want you to talk about that. I want you to conduct an industry analysis. That's quintessential, very important. Okay, so how do you do that industry analysis? Well, this is actually the topic for another show, but quickly, you can actually conduct background research, collect your data from customers, your rival. You can analyze your data. Okay, you can write your analysis. The cool thing here is that you can even read news reports about your industry, and so that's exogenous, that's external. You can also do something that what we call endogenous, internal. So you can evaluate your own business to see what's really happening, right? You can also, and there are a lot of types of industry analysis. You have a competitive forces model that Michael Porter from Harvard has actually created. You also have the broad factor analysis. You also have the SWOT analysis. So we don't have time today to actually go into detail, but what I want to tell you here is that SWOT means strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. So long story short, there are a lot of ways to analyze trends in your industry to know whether or not you are in the right industry or not. And you have to understand clearly, and you have to articulate that to the lender. So the lender believes, okay, we have a possibility of a loan here. So the overview here is that you need to give the lender a positive overview of your industry. And I'm not talking about just, actually giving some kind of superficial explanation. You have to be very granular, very detailed. You have to be very, very knowledgeable about your industry. I want to talk to you now about lender selection. Niece, are you there? Nephew, I'm talking to you. Okay, we're sitting here, we're having another conversation about your business. That's what I care about. And the whole, and I said this before. Please, if you are encountering some obstacles right now, you're kind of stuck, drop us a comment, drop us a question. A lot of folks ask us, but people watch our videos, but they don't drop comments. But this is because our inbox is bombarded with emails. We get tens of emails every single day because a lot of our viewers, at least right now at this time, they don't feel comfortable actually exposing their issues, their business on a YouTube comment wall. But what I'm trying to tell you here is that if you have any question, if you seek guidance, drop us a question, drop us a mail or whatever. Okay. Now I want to talk to you about finding the right business lender for your single member new LLC. Very important. Now, when you find any member, and I don't care, a bank, a credit union, an online lender, a loan marketplace or whatnot, I want you to do three things. You want to check out their Better Business Bureau rating, the triple B. If they have Trustpilot, you want to check Trustpilot also. You want to find out how flexible the lender is, because the lender has to be flexible vis-a-vis your business, right? Very important. And the last thing I want you to do is I want you to do some background research on the company. So you want to read a little bit about the company. You want to go on forums. You want to go on social media. You want to watch this kind of shows. You can ask us questions. We've done research about a lot of those lenders, so we have a better understanding, okay? And trying to compare lenders. Don't just look for one lender, right? No, 2 or 3 is kind of cool. And you want to work with a lender that has exceptional customer service. Very important. If you're a single member LLC, you want to have a lender who understands your business, okay? And you have to identify the types of loans the lender offers and that you need, because not all loans are created equal. Because you can have a business cash advance, an invoice factoring arrangement, an invoice financing arrangement, a short-term business loan, a business line of credit, an equipment financing arrangement. So you have gazillions of business loans. Okay, so here we are using the generic term of business loan, but underneath that umbrella, that concept of a business loan, lie a variety of business credit programs. I'll be right back right after this. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, folks, to another section of the Awesome Sir Kiwi Show. We are still here having a conversation today about single member, new LLC business loan with no revenue. How do you get a large amount right off the bat? I want to talk to you now about one of our favorite topics, that is a lender multi-product relationship. What I'm trying to say here is that you want to actually try applying at your branch, at your bank or credit union. Generally, if you have no revenue, credit unions and banks, which are by definition risk averse, they're very conservative in their underwriting program, they will not approve you. But if you have the right relationship, if you have a positive relationship, a multi-year relationship with the right lender, they will be able to look at you. For instance, we have seen a lot of people be approved for business loans and lines of credit at Navy Fed, for instance, at Wells Fargo, for instance, at the U.S. Bank, for instance, because the owners, the business owners, they were able to parlay their positive personal relationship with the bank into a business relationship. Do you get that? So this is the kind of stuff you want to have. So if you have a good relationship, that's fine. It's always great anyway, in general, to have a great relationship with your bank or credit union, whether or not you're a single member LLC, you are a sole proprietorship, you are a multi-member LLC, it doesn't matter. But a relationship banking is very important. And there are a lot of benefits to relationship banking. You have better services and solutions. You have strategic advice. The bank can help you in terms of goal setting and investments. The bank can help you in terms of transition planning, wealth management, and a lot of stuff. And you have to understand, when we talk about relationship banking, we are actually contrasting that to transactional banking. I mean, transactional banking is actually the traditional banking where you just open an account, you withdraw money, you deposit money, blah, blah, blah. But that doesn't add value to the bank's bottom line, but it also does not add value to your bottom line. Okay, but when you move to relationship banking, that's where the juice is at. Okay, very important. And I always say that when we talk about relationship banking, the only barometer where you can actually gauge whether or not you have succeeded is if somebody at the bank is calling you on a first name basis. Okay, instead of calling you Mr. Doe, they start calling you John. Instead of calling you Mrs. Doe, they start calling you Jane. All right, that's when you know that you have a relationship with the bank. You have a relationship with the loan rep at the bank. And son, daughter, that's the kind of a goal I want you to have. The last thing I want you to pay attention to when you are trying to get a single member no LLC business loan with no revenue is what we call owner's equity. Okay, owner's equity basically is your net worth. Is your net worth in the business. Okay, so when you think about it from an accounting perspective, owner's equity simply means business assets minus business liability. That's what it is. Okay, so you're basically getting your net worth in the business by subtracting your liabilities from your asset, and hopefully that number is positive, because if it is negative, it means that your debt, your business debts, are more than your business assets, and we don't want that. It's very important to actually show to the lender. I mean, why are we having a conversation about owner's equity? It's just because the lender wants to make sure that you have skin in the game. In other words, the lender wants to see how much you initially invested in your business. That's what it is. Okay. So if you have let's just say you have owner's equity of 10 grand versus 50 grand, and you're asking for a loan, you're asking for a $25,000 loan or $30,000 loan, the lender will be more likely to grant the loan if they see that you have invested a lot yourself already into the business. Okay, so it's really important to track and report an accurate number of owner's equity. And one thing I also want to say here is that when we talk about owner's equity, there is a difference, there is a dichotomy between owner's equity and shareholders' equity. You probably heard this before, or you never heard of it, but we're speaking here about owner's equity because you are a single member LLC. In other words, you are the owner. Only you is the owner. Only you are the owner. Okay. But when we switch that analysis to a company, we have shareholders equity, because a corporation might issue shares, right? Whether the corporation is C Corp or S Corp, that corporation might issue shares. Okay, and also if you were a multi-member LLC, we'll still be talking about owners equity, but owners plural. Okay, but in this case, I'm speaking about owners singular. So you need to show the lender that, hey, I have skin in the game. I'm not just asking you guys to give me money, and I don't have any. I'm not losing anything. No, I have skin in the game. I am totally invested. I want this business to work. I want So this is the kind of stuff that you have to prove, and it's very important. It is very important. And for owner's equity, you don't have to show projected data. You have to show actual data. Okay, but for revenue, for other stuff, for cash flows, you can show projected data. Thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate it. In today's conversation, I was just talking to you about the single member new LLC business loan with no revenue, how to get the massive loan amount you deserve and desire. So I gave you the steps. We spoke about FICO score. We spoke about financial projections. We spoke about legit business. We spoke about number 4, industry trends. We spoke about lender selection. We spoke about lender MPR, lender relationship banking, okay? Relationship banking. And last but not the least, we spoke about owner's equity. Thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate it. I'll see you next time. But until then, remember, stay marvelous.